I'm Courtland Kerr. I'm a faculty member who teaches outdoor ed and social studies. I think I knew I wanted to be a teacher when I was 18. Yeah, I wanted to follow metal shop, and that was, in metal fabrication, and I couldn't take metal fab in grade 12, so I took history, which I've always loved. I was like, oh man, this is actually really interesting. I thought, what could I do with it? Like, I love history. I love talking to people. I feel like talking to people about history seems like a pretty good job. And like teaching seems like it's kind of a natural job to do. And then when I started getting into instructing, I realized I enjoyed working with people and sharing what limited knowledge I know of the world with them. I think we do a pretty good job of meeting students where they're at. I think when we talk about markers that people are supposed to meet in life or students should have when they get to a certain age, not everyone has that. Some by choice, some not by choice. Some people have factors in their life that they didn't really get a say, and they maybe don't meet those markers. And I think we do a pretty good job meeting people where we're at with our smaller classrooms and our approach to learning and recognizing this is who you are at this moment, and we'll meet you there and we'll get you the place you want to be. I like them to walk away from the classroom to think about that there's a bigger world out there than themselves, and just to kind of think at the world a little bit differently, and not just understand what they see or what that they hear from others that they can go explore themselves. I like to describe it learning in the outdoors and of the outdoors. So it can take a lot of different avenues. It can be really intense, like a 2 week long canoe trip that pushes your physical boundaries, or it can be as simple as reading a book about someone who did that, right? That idea of adventure, which is kind of the core essence of maybe outdoor ed, it doesn't always have to be you going to the ends of the earth. It can be as simple as you having that adventurous spirit kind of in your backyard, or even reading a book about those experiences. So pushing your personal comfort zones and your own sense of adventure. A lot of the same skills that we talk about in adventure, I think apply in an academic sense. Curiosity. That's not so much a skill, but a mindset, but being curious, engaging with a topic or an idea or an experience that's maybe not your first choice, right? And acknowledging there's a threshold that I'm going to go over where it's physical or cognitive. And then that reflection piece, and then the takeaway from it. Someone willing to engage, right? Is someone willing and wanting to kind of want something different and want something a little bit more, and maybe wants those aha moments or wants to be out of their comfort zone. I think it's great that students get to live with different people, get to have a shared living experience in some pretty formative years. So the idea of working together, a common space, a common room, a common living area, I think is a really important part of life. I think it, like in here, right? Like, how does this connect with me? I'm fortunate I get to teach social studies, so sociology and anthropology and history, and I get to think about and share with students. This actually applies to your life in a certain way. So here's a theory that exists, or here's an experience of the world that's happened. How can we take that and you use it in your life, right? So it's not just a conflict that happened, or it's not just a theory. It's a tool that you can add to your tool belt for life.